broken. What does it mean to come to your old club and win? They caused you some pain over the last few years.
Yeah, we talked about it. This is the challenge. For 6 years we haven't won here, and there were a few reasons for it. And it's how we do things, but as well the input that you put in every single action and how you impose in this ground. And I think we played an incredible game. We kept them really, really quiet. We created many, many chances. Probably the first goal as well should be allowed, and we dominated the game, and we are extremely happy to go away with a win, with a clean sheet, and with a good feeling.
Yeah, so it's actually easier to talk about that disallowed goal because you've won anyway. But so what did you make of it?
Yeah, it comes off the opponent, but I don't know the reason why they've done it. Yeah, we are sitting here today and we don't need it, but yeah, that could have changed the game as well much earlier.
And how is Martinelli?
Yeah, he felt something. So one of the sprints, I don't know if it was the action when he goes and scores the goal of the next one, he felt something in his hammy, so he will need to be assessed.
Okay, so what did you do here today that you've not done in the last 5 visits?
I think we took the game for longer periods to the areas that we wanted, in the way that we wanted, and we looked really solid, and we gave very, very, very little away, if I don't say nothing, because they haven't created a single chance. And that shows maturity, desire, but as well intelligence, because it's about the fight, and it's really good, and the fight, and win the duel and the second ball, but at the end, that game, we're not going to win it against them, because they are bigger and they are stronger than us. But the other one, we managed to do it, and I'm really pleased the way we played.
Did you start to worry? Obviously, we've touched on the disallowed goal. At a certain point, with your record here, does the goal come just in time? You're starting to think, it's going to be again.
Another chance, and you get momentum, and you get the territory and everything, and you don't get it. But at the end, we found a way to score, and we were really solid defensively as well.
So Trossard's had to be patient at the start of this season, but that is some finish, isn't it?
That's a great finish, but he did a few days ago with Belgium as well, and this is what we need. The players that came in the starting 11, they did really well. The subs, they did really well, and that's what is required. Now we're playing 100 minutes in the Premier League. Every 3 days we're going to have a game, and you need everybody on your toes, and this is what I want to build, that everybody feels that he's got an opportunity, and we fully trust them.
Yeah, the goal comes ultimately from a corner. He took a lot of short corners today, and actually it was sort of noticed in commentary, he took a little bit of time, then went. Can you just tell us the hard work that goes in? No, what do you mean no?
There are different ways to attack, different ways to try to take advantages on opponents' weaknesses, and obviously they are really strong in the box, and you need alternatives, and how we find the way to open it up.
Yeah, so actually spoke to Leandro Trossard. On a very basic level, is it a case of they're all massive, so don't pump it into the box where they can head it away?
No, you can, and you can still score. It's about the possibilities and the probabilities, which is different. But yeah, it's like creating a story at the end in the game, and the players have to feel when it's the right moment to do it.
David Raya, good, solid debut today, and I know you want competition and rotation in there, but does he need a run now to get himself comfortable and established?
What I want is that the players that deserve to play, that they play, and Fabio deserves to play. He's been knocking in the door for a few weeks now, and you can tell that he was ready and he contributed. He had some great actions that he could have been in goals, and that's what we need. Everybody, when they are ready, they play well, and I think both of them, they did that today.
He did mention there as well, Mikel Arteta, about the goal and about the short corners. I think Karen was 8 from 11 of the corners that they took were short corners. And they did take their time. Theo pointed out earlier, a lot of that is about just waiting until the Everton players, maybe just their concentration breaks very, very slightly. But the reason why this is significant at the moment, Jimmy, as you know, is this focus on time wasting, and the Everton fans were not happy at the end of the game because only 4 minutes were added on at the end of the second half. Is this time wasting or is this use of time?
No, this is use of time. This is deciding what you're going to do, which corner you're going to pick. Obviously, they do a lot of work with this. This is not time, it's because they're not winning yet. And we all know that Arsenal is coming here to win. So you can't say that they're wasting time. If they were winning 1-0 and they were taking 30 seconds to take that corner, then you have an argument. But I don't think that they have an argument now. Now, if the referee wants to give 30 seconds extra for this, that is his discretion. But I don't think that this is time wasting.
It's particularly pertinent at the moment, following on from Paul Heckingbottom's comments from the Sheffield United perspective yesterday, where he was saying that they were his players were being rushed in terms of goal kicks, that if they were taking time to set up, to wait for Tottenham to come onto them, then they were time wasting, and that they had to move much quicker. So, I mean, again,
they weren't rushed.
No, but that's the point, is that it feels as though there are different types of treatment. It's not to say one's right and what's wrong. It's what we always ask for, which is consistency. Do you think there isn't an inconsistency there?
I think both the goal kick and a corner are set plays. They're patterns of plays. Mikel Arteta has done his corner as a pattern of play. A goal kick is a pattern of play. So you're right, there has to be consistency with that. I think Arsenal have slowed that down, to slow down Everton, to take it down, slow it. They played bang-a-man quick. Everton couldn't catch up with them in that little play, like a rondo, isn't it, in the warm-up, the boxes that you do in football. I think that's what I've done. But you're right, Kelly, there's got to be consistency, because they're both set plays. If you're watching the NFL, which you've just been talking about, it's NFL set plays, both are the same.
Yeah, but there is no time restriction of taking a corner, and that's where the problem is. You're not being given a set time for a corner. You can walk as calmly as you want as a centre half to the opposition box, and they can wait for it, especially when it is 0-0. So that is where the problem lays. Sheffield United wants to play out from the back from minute 1, but Spurs is setting up a certain way. They can't play out from the back, so they're sending everybody up. But because it's still 0-0, or 1-0 it becomes, at a later point in the game, everybody's saying now Sheffield United is wasting time. So I understand where Hickenbottom is coming from, but there has to be a clear rule about it, because you can manipulate it in both ways.
I think as well, sorry to interrupt you, but just the fact that we are talking about time wasting or timekeep, whatever it is, takes away from the goals that we want to see as fans and people watching the game. It's a great goal. I mean, how they said it, they did that in training, so it's nice when it pays off in a sort of coaching department anyway. That's how I look at it anyway.
Yeah, although he said he wasn't going to give us any more insight than that into it. He doesn't want to be giving away any of his secrets.
I bet you they do a lot of work on these kind of things.
Yeah, he did expand, having said he
scored a lot of goals on them.
Yeah, and they've got 16 goals from corners now, which is more than anyone else since the start of last season. There was a disallowed goal for Arsenal. This one takes a little bit of explaining as to why it was disallowed. So the ball was played by Gabriel. It comes off Beto, as you'll see, and at this point Nketiah, who you just see running onto the ball there, is deemed offside. Martinelli's then played through and scores, but the offside is given against Nketiah. From this angle it looks very difficult to tell whether or not he's offside, but obviously they've got the calibrated lines and they're able to determine that. It's not deemed a deliberate action by Beto, because Beto at that stage is not in control of the ball as per the laws of the game. And then when they've calibrated the lines and when they've drawn them, and as you can see a little more clearly by eye here, Eddie Nketiah is deemed offside. So do we feel that is clear? And are we clear that was, one, not a deliberate action by Beto, and two, that if that was the case, then Eddie Nketiah is offside? Because if not, I'll just do it again.
The rules are the rules, but is it clear? No.
I tried my best.
I know, you did brilliantly. It's just the rules. It's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sat here confused right now, because I'm looking at I just want to see goals and all the VAR. Which
is it the deliberate action part of it that you find difficult?
That's the bit I find difficult. Yeah. But I get why it's given offside. I understand it's a rule and you can't change rules. But
so they just want the ball has to be under control. That it's a deliberate action. So although he's going to block, although he's going to block the ball, when he plays the ball, it's not under control, which means that it is not deemed a deliberate action, and so play is not reset. So that the time at which the still is taken to draw the lines is the point at which Gabriel plays the ball.
I'm so pleased Arsenal won. Mikel would have been, well, like you said, he thought it was a goal.
Yeah.
So if they didn't get a result, it would have been very interesting.
It is one of those that pre-VAR is very likely to have been given and without very much debate, but it is correct according to the laws of the game. Arsenal, of course, have a very big week coming up. They're going to be playing in the Champions League against PSV, and then next week, as part of Super Sunday, it is the North London derby. I mean, this is always one of the biggest fixtures in the calendar for both teams, one of the biggest fixtures in the Premier League calendar. This time around, they're both level on points, they're both unbeaten. Something's got to give somewhere, Theo.
It does. Something has to give. I mean, yes, I'm probably the perfect person for this sort of question, but yeah, it's one of those to see if actually Tottenham can push on without Harry. They're looking like they are at this moment in time. They all feel like they're playing together, which is quite interesting to see. But I still feel like they're not quite at the level where I expect them to be. But in time, they play sort of really free-flowing football now, which is again nice to see, but not quite the Arsenal standard for me right now. No.
What they are going to have to be careful of, Arsenal, is the fact that Tottenham are not going to give up at any stage during that game, because yesterday it was a 98th minute and 100th minute goal.
Here, a sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
If you're just joining us, we are already on the way. Gabriel Jesus! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he's forced to go back. Rice. Ødegaard. Played out to the right. Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. That'll be a throw-in. Zinchenko. Pass is coming off in... Now the finish! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
So we have our breakthrough.
Still a fragile lead, though. They can't afford to sit on this.
Goretzka. Aimed beyond the defence. Rice. Zinchenko. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. He's a sharp little ball here. And he's there to belt it away. And the volley. Zinchenko. And here's Kane. Coman. Now it's Müller. Can he finish? It's a goal! Bayern Munich are all square. That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, the finish looked a guarantee once he was found all alone, and it's criminal defending.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Rice, and that interception was most necessary. He's shifting through the gears here. And it's Sané. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Arsenal head back in at the break after a first half that has been, from a scoreline point of view in any case, an even one. Both sides have contributed in equal measure, neither looking overly under pressure from the other. And at the break, glass half full, half empty. It's 1-1. Arsenal head into the dressing room after a half in which we've seen 2 goals, 1 each, and the game right on edge. And we are already promptly back underway.
Arsenal clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve.
Havertz! And he's really put himself on the line here. And we have our very first corner. Coleman is there to heave it away. And now they can spring out of defence. Kimmich. Now it's Kimmich. Now it's Müller. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems.
The attendance for this match was 71,550.
Müller.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And here's Müller. And it's Sané. Havertz. Now it's Saka. He's got away. Arsenal couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Kim Min-jae. It's Kimmich. Müller. Davis.
Bayern Munich showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Kimmich kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Müller. They've managed to get it away. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Mazraoui. And it's Sané. Gets away from his opponents.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
That is a great pick out. The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time.